Hey there, my friends, and welcome to a brand new year and a brand new series here on The Dang Good Show. I'm your host, Christine Dang, or C Dang if you like. I am so excited to kick off this year with a topic I think is not only important, but also foundational to how we navigate life: integrity. This is the first episode of a special 3-part series I'm calling Living with Integrity, a Path to Authenticity and Fulfillment. Now, integrity is one of those values we all admire, but living with integrity can feel challenging in a world filled with distractions, temptations, and quick fixes. Now, you might be wondering, why start the year with this topic? Well, the new year often brings reflection and resolutions, but instead of just setting goals, what if we focused on aligning our lives with our deepest values? What if we made integrity the cornerstone of how we approach everything, from our relationships to our work? In today's episode, the foundations of integrity, understanding the core of who we are, we'll explore what integrity really means, why it's so essential, and how to reconnect with our authentic selves. So, grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's dive into this journey together. Integrity often gets simplified into doing the right thing when no one is watching. While that's true, it's just the tip of the iceberg. At its core, integrity is about aligning our actions, words, and decisions with our values. It's about being consistent. Who you are on the inside matches who you are on the outside. Think of it this way. Integrity is like a compass. It keeps us on course even when life throws storms our way. Without it, we can easily drift, chasing fleeting desires, or succumbing to external pressures. But here's the thing. Integrity isn't always easy. It requires self-awareness, courage, and a commitment to staying true to yourself, even when it's uncomfortable. Integrity is the glue that holds everything together: our relationships, careers, and sense of self. Here's why it matters so much. Number 1, builds trust. Think about the people you trust most. Chances are they're the ones who consistently show up, keep their promises, and live authentically. Integrity builds trust, and trust is the foundation of all meaningful relationships. Number 2, it fuels self-respect. When we act in alignment with our values, we feel good about ourselves. It's like giving ourselves a pat on the back for living authentically. And lastly, number 3, it creates stability. Life is already unpredictable, but integrity provides a steady anchor. It gives us a sense of control. Let me share something personal with you about my own journey with integrity. When I was younger, I often struggled with aligning my actions with my values. I didn't realize it at the time. In my early 20s, I was all about saying yes to everything: opportunities, relationships, even decisions that didn't sit right with me. Now, why? Because I wanted to fit in, to be liked, to avoid disappointing anyone. I remember a specific moment when I agreed to take on a work project that I knew wasn't aligned with what I believed in. Deep down, I felt it wasn't the right fit, but I wanted to be seen as a team player. Now, the result? I felt drained, unmotivated, and disconnected from myself throughout the project. And the work? It didn't reflect my best effort. Fast forward a few years, and something shifted. I had read a book about personal growth that emphasized the importance of aligning actions with values. Around the same time, I took that solo trip to Seoul, South Korea. That trip became a turning point for me. Being alone in a new city forced me to confront who I was and what I stood for. It was like my inner compass was recalibrating. I realized that integrity isn't just about the big decisions. It's about the small ones we make every day. Saying no to something doesn't align with your values, even when it's uncomfortable, is an act of integrity. And every time you do that, you're building a stronger sense of self. Let's be real. Living with integrity isn't always easy. There are so many challenges that can throw us off course. Here are a few challenges I've encountered and seen in others. The first one is fear of judgment. We worry about what others will think if we stand by our values. Will they think we're difficult? Will we lose relationships or opportunities? The second one is temptation of shortcuts. Let's face it, sometimes taking the easy way out is appealing, but shortcuts often lead us away from the path of integrity. Number 3, external pressure. Now, whether it's social norms, workplace expectations, or peer influence, external pressure can make it hard to stay true to ourselves. And lastly, self-doubt. When you're unsure of your values and who you are, it's easy to falter. That's why self-awareness is such a critical part of integrity. Enjoying what you're hearing? Fantastic! To make sure you're always in the loop with the latest episode, just hit that subscribe button. Your support makes all the difference. And hey, this podcast thrives because of awesome listeners like you. So a big shout out for that. And of course, I'm on Instagram. Find and follow me at Christine_Dang. Lastly, looking for more information on what we discussed today? Just cruise on over to thedangoodshow.com, click on the episode you're curious about, and voila, access to the show notes. Now, without further ado, let's jump back into the show. So, how can we strengthen our sense of integrity? Here are a few steps that have worked for me. Number 1, identify your core values. Now, take time to reflect on what truly matters to you. Is it honesty, kindness, creativity? Make a list of your top 5 values and revisit them often. Number 2, practice self-awareness. Check in with yourself regularly. Are your actions aligning with your values? Journaling or meditating can help you tune into your inner compass. Number 3, embrace honesty. Be honest with yourself and others. This doesn't mean being brutally blunt. It means communicating with authenticity and kindness. Number 4, start small. Integrity is built one decision at a time. Start with small actions, like keeping a promise or speaking up when something feels off. And lastly, number 5, surround yourself with integrity-driven people. The people you spend time with can either inspire you to live with integrity or pull you away from it. Choose your circle wisely. Here's the beautiful thing about integrity. It doesn't just benefit you. It creates a ripple effect. When you live with integrity, you inspire others to do the same. I've seen this play out in my own life. When I started saying no to things that didn't align with my values, it encouraged others to do the same. When I communicated honestly and respectfully, it strengthened my relationships and built trust. Integrity isn't just about the big picture. It's about those daily choices that add up to a life you're proud of. And when you live that way, you're not just living authentically, you're also making the world a little better, one decision at a time. Let's wrap up a few practical exercises you can try. Number 1, daily integrity check-in. Now, at the end of each day, ask yourself, did I act in alignment with my values today? Where did I fall short? And how can I improve tomorrow? Number 2, the pause practice. Okay, so before making a decision, pause and ask, does this align with who I am and what I believe in? Number 3, visualize your best self. Imagine the person you want to be. How would they act in this situation? Let that vision guide you. And lastly, number 4, role model reflection. Think about someone you admire with their integrity. What qualities do they have? And how can you embody them in your own life? All right, my friends, that brings us to the end of the first episode in our 3-part series with Living with Integrity. I hope today's discussion has sparked something in you. Maybe a desire to reconnect with your values or a reminder of how powerful it is to live authentically. Integrity is a lifelong journey. It's not about being perfect. It's about striving to be true to yourself, one decision at a time. In our next episode, we'll dive into the challenges of integrity, standing strong in difficult situations. We'll explore what happens when living with integrity feels hard and how to stay grounded when the pressure is on. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with someone who might need a little inspiration to start the year strong. And as always, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Stay true to yourself. Stay strong, stay curious, and as always, stay dang good. Much love, C Dang signing out. Thank you for joining us on The Dang Good Show. Remember to swing by our website, thedangoodshow.com, where you can easily subscribe on platforms like Apple, Google, and Spotify to keep up with our latest episodes. Loved what you heard today? A thumbs up and a positive review on your favorite listening platform would be incredibly appreciated. And if our show struck a chord with you, sharing it with just one friend can help our community grow and thrive. Thanks once more for lending your ears to me on The Dang Good Show. Until we meet again, take care and goodbye.